Located at the corner of Loop and Main, the Boalsburg Heritage Museum is filled with a rich historical past. The house was constructed in 1825 on the site of a former log cabin and has been a museum since 1983. The museum is filled with 19th century antiques, such as household items and photographs from the estate of the late Grandma Sweet. Other items come from local homes and donors with community ties. Now museum employee and historian Earl Kessler will describe the home.
And as I said, this was a plank house, which means that it was constructed with vertical planks 2 or more inches thick, rough sawn, side by side, standing on end, and fastened to, of course, the plates at the top and the bottom stringers for the floorboards. Lath was nailed onto those, and then plaster on the inside, and clapboards on the outside. There is a small cutaway behind the front door, which indicates something of the nature of the plank construction.
Earl will now take us on a tour of the house.
Yes, this room has been designated the gallery, so to speak, and we do have exhibits. This comes from the middle school at the you're in Harris Township. Across the hall is a parlor.
A classic Vitrola in the parlor plays wax records rather than vinyl.
Attached to a dining room. When Mrs. Sweet lived here, especially in her later years, she used that dining room corner as a kitchen. Although this kitchen that is attached here, she called her summer kitchen. And during summer months, she would use that down there for a place where she cooked and ate. In the basement, there was a typical old-time cellar with a dirt floor and cobwebs hanging down and the ceiling very low. We have had that excavated and have made it into a combined meeting room and restrooms, that sort of thing, a very small kitchenette. We're quite proud of it. We did it at quite a lot of expense.
The second floor is a full story with a rather unique bedroom.
Upstairs, one of the rooms has been outfitted as a schoolroom with some of the desks and other artifacts which came from local schoolrooms. In particular, the Branch Road School, Little Red Schoolhouse, is no longer little, well, maybe it still is, near the corner of the Branch Road and Atherton Street. There are 3 bedrooms and then a small room at the end of the hall. We call it the doctor's office, and it does have a number of holdings, artifacts almost, from an area doctor who practiced in this area a number of years ago. In one of the rooms, a couple of the rooms, there are cord beds and furnishings and so forth, very much typical of the era. On the outside is the true summer kitchen. And it had the remains of something called a beehive oven. I need to also mention that the guiding spirit in this museum was one Mrs. Ruth Corder. It became almost an obsession with Ruth. She was here almost every day, and she knew all of these holdings and everything very intimately.
Visit the Boalsburg Heritage Museum Tuesdays and Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. or by appointment.